Hello everybody, what is up and welcome to Ready Meal Reviews, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. As you can tell, we haven't gone to the fridge. Today we're going to be eating a tin based ready meal. This is a Hunger Breaks The Full Monty. Now this is sort of more than just beans and sausages in a tin. This seems to be an entire meal as far as I can tell. It's got sausages and, well, let's read the ingredients in it. So the full-on tasty meal with baked beans, large sausages. They do look quite large. Not necessarily appetizing though. Potato chunks. Now I don't know why they use the word chunks. The last time I saw the word chunks on a tin it was cat food. So that's a bit unappetizing. Mushrooms, although they'll be going straight in the bin because they are awful and should never be served with food. And mini bacon steaks and a mini beef cutlet. I assume these are the bacon steaks because there's one there and one there, and that's the cutlet because there's only one, it's not pluralized. The thing that concerns me about the beef cutlet, as you can see says beef cutlet there, is if we go to the ingredients, you'll see it's actually now called a beef chop, which is interesting because I thought chops came from lamb. I don't think chop is a cut of beef at all. And then when you go up here, you can see it's a chopped and shaped beef and cereal cutlet. So is it a beef cutlet, a beef chop, or a beef and cereal cutlet? Either way, none of those options sound appetizing. But let's dig the can opener out and open it and cook it. Well, I say cook it, heat it up in the microwave. Oh God, it actually smells like dog food. It is not appetizing to smell. That's your first view. It smells like dog food, but if dog food had like, if Heinz, well not Heinz, I don't want to bring their name into it. It smells like if someone did like a baked bean special edition dog food, like it, you know, it was like, oh, beef and onion chunks with beans for a special edition. Yeah, not the most appetizing thing, but let's go and get the bowl. Pop it in there and then we'll stick it in the microwave. Oh, I know this would have been easier for, oh, it all come out in a lump. I could feel it on the ridges inside the tin. Oh, there's a sausage. Let's move that out of the way. There's a sausage trapped in the bottom there, like wedged in. It just does not want to come out. If I just give it a good, that is disgusting. Right, I'm just going to get a fork to get the last few bits out. Because there is some rogue beans in there. Stick that in the middle actually. There we go, I bet you can see it better now. No, I'm not even going to lick the. I'm not going to lick the fork. I'm not going to lick the fork. Right, I'm going to cover it. I'm going to cover it just in case. You can tell I don't cook very often because I don't know what drawer the cling film's in. There we go. Well, that didn't go to plan. Cool. Looks appetizing so far. Oh, you. Oh, that looks a bit, let's get it out. The sausages look raw. The rest of it you can't really see. I don't even know if I haven't seen the cutlet or the beef or the bacon bits yet. Right, time to tuck in. We're on the dining table tonight because it's dark outside and the light in the kitchen is just not good enough. So we're in the dining table. That's why it's a wooden table rather than a heavily scratched off-white countertop. But here we go. Shall we start with, let's start with some beans. There we go. Nice, just the beans. Well, the beans are soft. Now, I had some baked beans the other day from a supermarket own brand, and they were hard like bullets. They were like properly, they were like, you know, sort of overdone peas. And I was expecting similar from this, but actually those beans were quite nice in terms of texture. Nice, soft, kind of sort of, you can just squish them about. The sauce, the tomato sauce isn't 100% liquid. You know when you like buy a soup and it's like silky smooth when it comes in a tin, and yet when you try and make your own soup in a blender, it's just got that kind of texture to it because it's only so fine it can chop the ingredients. That's what the sauce feels like. It feels like they didn't have a good enough sort of sauce machine to make it ultra smooth and liquid. So it's got like little, it's like orange juice with bits in. Not necessarily a bad thing, it's just it isn't smooth. So if you really like it to be smooth, then you may have a problem. We're going to go for a bit of potato next. There we go, just a piece of potato on its own. We'll do a whole, like, everything together in one mouthful in a minute. It's hard to describe it. I mean, I know I've put a bit of potato in my mouth, and I would say if I was blindfolded that it probably was potato, but it tastes like it shouldn't taste of anything, and it tastes like they've added loads of salt so you can taste the potato, even though actually I'm just tasting salt. The potato's not great, but I'm surprised it's not as soft as I thought. It's kind of got a bit of a bite to it. So if you like your potato with a bit more texture than just mush, which is what I was expecting, then, you know, that's all right. We're going to save the sausage for a minute. I'm actually going to see if I can find either the cutlet. Oh, here we go. I think this might be the cutlet. Wow. One whole beef cutlet. Look at this. That, I'll be honest, I was expecting bigger. There's only one, so we're going to save that for now. Let's have it. There we go. There's a bacon steak. There we go. If I'm honest, it looks like a thick piece of luncheon meat. Now, how many bacon steaks do we get? Let's have a little root around in here. There must be another one somewhere. Is that one? There we go. And there is another bacon steak. So we've got 2 bacon steaks, 1 beef cutlet and 2 sausages. Let's go for a bacon steak. I'll go for this one because it's got a rather interesting looking hole in it. I can't even get it on the fork. Oh, did you hear that? Oh, that was horrible. So that's the bacon steak. It's got a little bit of bean skin on it, but I'm sure it'll be all right. Let's give it a try. I'll eat the whole thing in once, I think. It kind of reminds me of vegetarian bacon. Ever such a slight hint of bacony flavour, but in the same way that bacon flavoured crisps have a slight hint of bacon flavour. To the point I'd actually say that some bacon flavoured crisps taste more like bacon than that did. It kind of just, yeah, it just tastes like a really thick piece of cooked luncheon meat, like warmed up luncheon meat. Yeah, and it does have there is a slight texture, a bit like, I don't want to say it's a bit like bacon, but I can sort of see if I was blindfolded, I could perhaps say that it tasted like absolutely god-awful bacon. But not, yeah, no, actually no, I wouldn't. I'd just be like, that's mystery meat. I don't know, I couldn't identify that, I don't think. It just, no, not great. Let's go for a sausage next. Oh God, that was very soft. When I put my fork through there, it felt very soft. It looks raw. It's a bit bigger than the ones you get in like a tin of just pork sausages and beans, and a little bit less finished. It's not as smooth. It looks a bit lumpy. It looks a bit rude, to be honest. Let's have, oh God, it's dripping. I don't want to drip it on the camera. There we go. Oh my God. Oh, it hasn't got a skin on it, so when you bite in, it just kind of falls apart in your mouth, and it's just got no, like, a good quality sausage, although it is still mashed up, you know, minced meat made into a tube, you know, sausage is always going to be a little bit low end because of just why they exist. They traditionally exist to help you eat the bits of meat that are crap unless they're minced to an inch of their lives. But that was weird. You know, like when you do like a homemade burger and you get all the mince together and like it just kind of sort of falls apart because you've done it homemade and you haven't put enough binder in it or anything. That's what it kind of takes, despite the fact that I think it's only 65% meat and the rest of it's binder. It tastes like it hasn't binded together. That's not good. That's not good. Let's just chuck that to the side. Now let's have the beef cutlet or the beef chop. I mean, it looks like they've tried to shape it. I'm going to say they've tried to shape it like a lamb chop almost. It kind of does look a bit like a lamb chop. Actually, it looks like a chicken nugget that's gone off and has gone brown and all the batter's fallen. Oh, that doesn't even look that good. Let's just try it. It reminds me of a time when I was much younger than I am now, and I just started a full-time job just after I'd left school, and there was a snack van at the end of the road on the industrial estate I worked on. And I remember I got a burger from the guy, and the burgers were taking a while to cook, and there was someone else waiting there, and he said, "Oh, come on mate, hurry up, how long are they going to be?" So he just then said, oh yeah, no, they're ready, there you go mate, there you go. Gave that bloke his burger, gave me a burger. I went back into work, started eating it, and it was so loose where it hadn't cooked properly, because obviously they're frozen, and it had only just defrosted, so inside it was still like, I mean, they're cooked from the factory, but it was still like, wasn't hot through, and you could actually sort of lick the meat up like a sort of pate. And that, the flavour and almost the texture reminds me of that. That's not a compliment in the slightest. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to see how best we can get this all on the fork, and I'm not touching that mushroom there. Mushrooms, doesn't matter, you could have a Michelin-starred chef cook me a mushroom, I will not eat it. They're disgusting. So the mushrooms aren't going to get tasted. So I honestly am sorry, but I can't tell you how good the mushrooms could be amazing. They could be the saviour of this dish. But you'll never know because I ain't eating them. Let's try and put it all on one fork and have a mouthful of everything. So that's the beef cutlet. That's what's left of the sausage. I don't think that's going to get on, is it? Is it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Now we can try and scoop up some beans. Can we get a bit of potato on there as well? I think this is going to go wrong. No. Right. So we've got a bacon, whatever they were called, a bacon thing. A sausage, or what's left of a sausage, what's left of the beef cutlet, some beans, which have just fallen off. Let's get some more on there if I can. I'm going to lose the potato if I'm not careful. Oh God, everything's falling off. It's just disintegrating. Oh God. Right, okay, let's put this in my mouth and then we'll get the bacon bit, and then we'll get the beans and the bread and the potato. I nearly said the bread. Right. It just tastes like a combination of mystery meats and not of any sort of quality. It's just like meat flavoured mush. Like there's no texture to it, there's no bite to it, there's no real sort of, there's no identity to it. And there's nothing there to make you go, oh, that's a nice piece of sausage, or a nice piece of bacon, or a nice piece of beef, or a nice few beans, or even a nice piece of potato. It's just mush covered in a cheap tomato sauce. And I would have to say that following that, I think that it's a hard one, but I think so far out of every ready meal I've eaten, even the crap ones, even, dare I say it, even the heat 'em up cheeseburger and chips, is it worse than, do you know what, actually no, I say the heat 'em up cheeseburger and chips is the worst one, probably more because the chips are raw and terrible and the burger's not great. I would say this is marginally better. If I had the choice between the two, I'd go for this. But it's very slim line of victory there. Yeah, there's only a slim margin that this has beaten that into being. So this is now the second worst ready meal that we've done on this channel. Right, I might try and do something a bit nicer next, just to sort of bring me back up to normality. Anyway, that's enough for now. I'm not eating anymore. Normally I'd carry on eating after the camera's finished filming, but I'm seriously tempted just to get some bread out of the freezer and toast it and eat it with nothing on, because that is just more appealing than this stuff in the bowl in front of me. All I can say is thank you very much for watching. Please comment, like and subscribe, as it does help the channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.